YouTube, it's Shells the Destroyer. I'm a little brain fried right now, so we're gonna look at memes from our childhood. Oh my god, cat hat. Memes from our childhood. So grab your snackies, grab your bevies, let me know what you're eating or drinking down below. Let's get to watching. Memes. The most popular outdoor toys ever made. Sticks and pine cones.
These are the most popular outdoor toys ever made. I must have missed the meeting.
Would step... Yeah, I don't remember... Well... No, I remember doing step 5.
When step 5 happened. This is the baby shark of the 2000s kids. I can hear this picture.
I'm a gummy bear? The gummy bear song. What the fuck is the gummy bear song? I don't know what that is. The only gummy bear song I know is like from the animated show, like bouncing here and there and everywhere. That one. I know that one. Is it? It's not that one? Okay.
One burned you alive, and the other one electrocuted you with static.
You came out of this thing with it looking like you're about to get struck by lightning. Like your hair was stuck up when you came, like sticking out of like you just got electrocuted. Like you came out of that thing looking crazy.
How strict were your parents? My parents could speak to me with their eyes. Only real ones remember. One was always not working. THX, the loudest noise of your childhood, scared the hell out of me every time.
It was ridiculously loud for no reason. Like, I get it, I guess. Like, you remembered it. And it was like, it had to do with sound. But, like, it was, like, stupidly sound. Or loud.
The original auto-tune. So, did anyone else go through a phase as a kid where you were genuinely concerned about the Bermuda Triangle? 6-year-old me was like, bro, why are we not solving this problem?
Yes. Also, being on fire and quicksand. The stop, drop, and roll thing, probably still good to teach kids. Not saying that. I was, like, we had a thing where it's, like, be very concerned about quicksand. Quicksand doesn't work like they show in movies and stuff. It doesn't do that. It does not work that way. I'm not saying you can't get stuck in quicksand. I am saying it's not going to suck you down as if you just stepped in a pool of water, though. It just... I just, you know... It kind of just made me feel like I should be more concerned about quicksand. And there are ways to get out of quicksand. You can look it up. There's where it's... Yeah, I don't know.
I can both hear this image and feel it hitting me in the face. Anyone else?
Anyone else smell it? You can still feel that that feeling at Comic-Con because we play dodgeball.
Smell it, thinking it was illegal to turn this light on while your mum was driving. I will never get over the fact that this was the first YouTube app icon.
This both looks familiar and doesn't at all. Did I have this? If I did, I probably didn't use it.
Only OGs used to have these on their ceilings.
You can still buy these. What do you mean, used to? You can still have these on your ceilings.
In the room. The flavor of the wooden spoon haunts me to this day. 7-year-old me when the computer...
I don't know, man.
In the room. The flavor...
Like, this hit at school. Like, I don't care. Like, maybe, like the chocolate ones. This hit. I don't care.
Of the wooden spoon haunts me to this day. 7-year-old me when the computer wasn't even turned on. Overthinking during childhood. What do you remember the most from your childhood? Hey, did you ask yet? Me. No, my mum's in a bad mood. Me in my childhood, for no reason. If you don't got one of these on your legs, you are soft. 7-year-old me, half asleep in the back of my parents' car. Me, mapping every turn in my head to see if I knew where I was.
Here, let me get this for you.
Inferno, thanks for the gifted sub. Welcome. I didn't really map every turn. I did do the thing where I envisioned someone running beside the car, though. You guys do that? What I did. Oh, sorry.
How are kids these days vaping? When I was a kid, I was trying to figure out how they got cars into malls.
Are kids vaping? I hope not. That's Turbo Granny. Turbo Granny running beside the car. I hope they're not.
Why was there always a bite taken out of these? Because they were so good.
I have never looked at that and thought, I want to bite that. I want to take a chunk out of that. Kids vaping is a pretty big issue. Okay, I don't understand why. I don't get that. Why do that? I don't know. There was always a bite, though. What the hell else am I gonna bite? I just good night, no heart. I just like. I swear, there's bite marks on everything. I never looked at these and goes, I want to bite that.
9-year-old me watching television with my parents, not moving a muscle, so they don't know it's past my bedtime.
I don't move, they don't see me.
This ball played a big role in almost everyone's childhood. This is the ball every kid played with in a store, but actually never bought or took it home.
Oh, I was like, what the fuck is this? But yeah, it's like the ball that was like, okay, they used like the cages, you know what I'm talking about, with the bungees that had all these balls. I haven't seen one of those things in forever. God, I haven't even thought about one of those things in forever. Okay.
This picture just got stuck to the roof of my mouth.
What meat is that? Take the cheese out. What meat is this? Bologna or ham? It looks like really thin bologna. It does not look like ham. I don't think that's ham. It looks like really thinly sliced bologna. It's ham and cheese. Everyone's like, it's bologna. And half of you are like, it's bologna. Half of you are like, it's ham and cheese. I've never seen ham that looks like this. And I do eat ham sandwiches. So it's probably bologna. It's what kids have. It does. I think it is like thinly sliced bologna and cheese. I don't know. I'd probably think I've had bologna for a really long time. Anyway, take the cheese out. I need it.
Who remembers these? These won't erase anything, and they taste horrible.
Why are you eating erasers?
What was your
Also, like, I was the
mouth?
kid.
Who remembers?
I was the kid that never would use these. Because it's like, it's my cute little thing. And so I wouldn't want to use them, because if you use them, it gets messed up. You know? I was like that kid. You have to give me ugly, normal shit.
These won't erase anything, and they taste horrible. What was your favorite struggle meal growing up? You ever had
You ever had sleep for dinner? I don't know necessarily about struggle meal. I don't eat peanut butter and, like, I didn't eat ramen until like I got to college. And I never had cereal for, I only had cereal for like breakfast. Vappa, thanks for the follow. I would eat peanut butter sandwiches, no jelly. I don't like peanut butter and jelly. I just like peanut butter sandwiches. I would eat that. I don't eat like beans and hot dogs. But like my weird thing I would eat, I don't know if it's that weird. I just like crumbled up hamburger in like brown gravy. Someone told me that was a struggle meal. I used to eat that. I don't know what I did. Egg and rice.
Leap for dinner. Total Wipeout was a legendary show, hands down. Bro, I used to think I could finesse all the obstacle courses.
I never thought I could finesse anything. I've never in my life have I been physically fit. I don't know, as a kid probably. I don't like running. I like wandering around. I like to meander.
To no concentration until you have to take this thing from the sink to the freezer. Before Snapchat and Instagram was around. This is where you showed off your outfit. Never forget where you came from. These lollies used to cut tongues viciously. Another childhood pleasure which has no explanation.
I don't think I ever did this. At least to be
Me
tall.
and my childhood, without any reason. I am now convinced that most of us have the same child.
Listen, if I still do this kind of shit, kind of. Like if I'm like doing something and I have a clip in my hair and I decide I don't want the clip in my hair, or if the clip is near me and I haven't put it in my hair yet, I will sit here and do this while I'm doing something else. Like I still do it.
Throwback Thursday. Where is computer number 9? We are not leaving until it's back in the card. Elementary kids have
I never had that experience. Computer number 9 and no.
iPhones, but this is what I did in elementary. Not a cell phone inside, just people living in the moment. Remember in the early 2000s when your aunt would have a random bowl filled with blue glass pebbles sitting in a windowsill? Anyone else remember when kids in school used to do this? Wait for it to dry, then eat it.
Eat it? Why were you eating it? You weren't just peeling it off, you were fucking eating it? Why were you eating it?
You had me all the way up until you said,
okay, alright.
Kids who played with their DSs like this are all now in prison.
That's stressful. That looks like it's gonna break. That looks like it's gonna break. Why are you playing with it like that? Why are you doing that?
VeggieTales characters as vegetables. I found this image.
There are... They're already...
like this are all now in prison. VeggieTales...
They are vegetable. What do you... Are you... Okay. Never mind. Okay, sure. Alright.
Characters as vegetables. I found this image in the deepest crevices of my memories. What is this?
I was about to agree, like, what is this and why do I have a vague feeling like I've seen it before? Is this like, was it like an old storybook or something? What is this? What is this? Like,
And why do I remember it? They banned push pops in school because people were sucking them into pointy weapons.
They banned push pops in school because people were using them to shank. They were making shanks. That's funny. That's pretty funny.
Who else remembers the temporary buildings at school that were up for decades?
Yeah.
Today's kids will never know how big of a deal it was to go to the computer lab. This mustache obsession was so cringy. This was undoubtedly the weirdest part of the 2012 hipster trends.
I feel like this hit me before 2012. Maybe not.
Your millennium babies wouldn't understand. This was Netflix before Netflix. Only the real ones had the bootleg DVDs with the Sharpie label.
I did have a mustache thing, but like... Also, yeah, you had like the big book of like the DVDs that were purchased or whatever. You also shared DVDs with friends or whatever, like you would lend them out. But also, like, Netflix had a thing where they mailed DVDs to your house. Like, you would tell them, like, you would sign up, and I think you got to choose what you wanted to watch. I don't fucking know how it worked, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I guess you chose what you wanted them to send, and they would send it to you, and you would watch it, and you would send it back, and then they'd send the next one to you. Or, like, something like that. Like, I don't... So dang. Yeah, you chose like 3-ish videos and then you would mail them back when you were done watching them, and then they would mail you more, I guess. Like it was like a subscription service kind of thing. I don't know.
I'm this old. Damn, y'all are going deep into the vault for this one.
I don't remember this.
When things used to be so simple.
I remember these, and I remember this ice cream. I do not remember these. To be fair, I never ate breakfast at school. So maybe that's why I don't remember this. I don't remember this. I would eat this. I will be 100% with you. I would eat this. I don't know what the fuck this is. It looks sad. But
Sometimes I wonder if we all actually had the same childhood. 7-year-old me, disassembling and reassembling my pen. Did anyone else's parents make them go to sleep early, 2 weeks before school started, to prepare?
yeah. Like, hey, you need to start going to sleep early so you fix your sleep schedule, and I'm also gonna wake you up.
Who remembers? Crack the egg was all fun and games until you got hit with a double bounce and went flying off the trampoline.
I never did this game.
Absolutely no one. 6-year-old us. 8 full.
What do you mean 6-year-old? I don't live in a house with stairs. If I did, I would probably still sometimes run up the stairs that way. Like sometimes, like it's slanted, right? So sometimes you don't want to have to like stay upright, you know? Like I don't. Fine.
Grocery bags. 10-year-old me. The wee me's were the original Bitmojis. Black dude in the orange shirt will beat you the hell up in boxing too. Who you got? I really would prefer not to see this kind of violence. When the raindrop.
The fish. I don't remember what the fish was. It was called a rainbow fish or whatever the fuck it was. The fish. I had the fish. I remember reading The Hungry Caterpillar in school or whatever, but I had the fish book at home. And like the scales of the fish were like iridescent and pretty.
When the raindrop you pick on the window doesn't win the race. I'm this old. This is why we can spot our significant other from a mile away.
I don't know what that is. I remember this thing though. I do remember this thing.
OMG, y'all remember this. All schools were not created equally, because what is this? Me, when thousands of memes flash before my eyes before I die, instead of cherished memories of loved ones and my childhood. No one. 10-year-old me, looking at the camera in the supermarket. I used to hate dropping these things in class, and they bounced across the whole country. Who remembers these? We all used to bite into these, like they were actual burgers.
I don't even know what this is. Like what? Is this just like a squishy thing? What is this? It's a gummy? Krabby Patty gummy? Like, do you eat it? Or is it just like nasty flavor? Play-Doh, I think, chewiest things ever. Like, you're supposed to eat this? Like, this is edible? Not did you eat it? Are you supposed to eat it? Bourbon, hello. Yes, you eat it. Okay. I can't relate to whatever the fuck this thing is.
Blow my mind. Curious George only liked him because he looks like a banana.
Aww. Also, that is newer animation.
Retweet if you remember using these as a kid. I really thought I deserved a degree in mechanical engineering after plugging these in.
Listen, I had this whole thing. Like, so I had like an old TV in my room, and to get the PlayStation 2 to work, I had to like plug the PlayStation 2 into my VCR, I think. And then from the VCR through the TV or something. I think something had to work like that. It was like a whole like system that I had to work. I had to do it. Johnny Anders, thanks for the follow. I think. And yeah, it had to be like on. I was not taping. No, I wasn't taping the gameplay. I just remember I had to route something through my VCR in like some weird way to get it to work. I don't know.
My little brother came home from the dollar store and threw one of these at me. I just went so far back into memory lane, I got lost. Resting your head on the cold window just hit different.
I could never rest my head on the window because first of all, I was like one of the spoiled kids that got like car rides to school. Like I didn't ride the bus. But like anytime I was on the bus, like, you know, if we were going somewhere and we were on a bus or whatever, like you can't, like the freaking bus shakes so much. Yeah, your head slams into the window. Like you just no. You could buy that planetarium dome for around $2,000. Oh my god.
What were these for? Why are they so familiar? What's the your head on the cold window just hit different. What were these for?
Math. I think it was used in like math class. Like I think you're supposed to put the dots on a number if the like on the right number or whatever. Also bingo. You're playing bingo, but like I feel like it was used in math class. We used them for bingo. Like yes, for bingo, but I also think we used them in math class. I could be wrong, but that's what I think they were used for.
Why are they so familiar? What's the dumbest thing you ever did as a kid? My shining moment was when I was like 4. I put floaties on my feet and jumped into a pool thinking I would walk on water. I almost drowned. $10 as a kid versus $100 as an adult. Before cell phones and social media, this is how we all figured out where the squad was at. Me in my childhood without any reason. Those of you that had your first panic out where the squad was at. Me in my
I'm telling you, some of this shit is just universal and it's not necessarily about your childhood. I'm just saying.
Childhood without any reason. Those of you that had your first panic attack in one of these bad boys know what's up. Childhood days. Is it downloading? Checks with finger. Yes it is. Mom, I got your nose. 2-year-old me. 6-year-old me waiting for my mom to choose what I'm going to wear after taking a bath. Me as a kid when I fix my toy car.
Oh my god, mechanic. Oh my god, I used to like do this with my bike. Like I used to like take my chain off my bike and like put it back on and like flip my bike over and stuff like that. I used to do that kind of shit.
Panic. Sure, death is scary, but remember Frank from Cars.
Do you remember the brave little toaster? You want stress. Go find the brave little toaster. Like, oh my god.
Me, fake sleeping in the car as a kid, so I can get carried inside. Having a kid sounds stressful. Like, how do you make sure they have just enough childhood trauma that they will turn out funny?
Also, how like, just imagine having a kid and finding out they're allergic to shit. Like, oh, I'm not allergic to peanuts, but apparently my kid is. Like, that seems stressful, I'm gonna be honest.
10-year-old me, sitting at the top of the stairs, listening to my parents talk smack about me. Demon about to kill me as an 8-year-old. A blanket. 10-year-old me, getting ready to open the door. My mom's not home. This was probably the most...
Don't answer the door if your mom's not home. Like peanuts. Like finding out your kid is like allergic to like peanuts or something. Like your kid is allergic to something that you're not allergic to. Like you're giving them food and they just have an allergic reaction. That is stressful.
Irrational childhood fear that I had.
No. Okay, my fear about like showers, drains, pools, water thing has to do with fucking Are You Afraid of the Dark and the fucking pool episode. I don't know why they did that to me. Like, I don't know why they did that to us. Listen, there was a point in my life where I had a realization that there was like multiple scary fucking horror related children's programming happening at the same time. And I'm like, why the fuck? Like, why? We had Are You Afraid of the Dark, Goosebumps, Scary Stories to Tell at Night or whatever the hell it was, Courage the Cowardly Dog. Like, why were there so many things to like, why was there so many things to traumatize me as a child? Why were we so like, hey, this generation's gonna get freaked out by horror stuff? Like, why? John is Waldo, thank you for the follow, welcome. I don't understand. I just okay, no. Apparently it sounded like I said peanuts. I meant peanuts. I'm sorry. I don't Why?
What's the dumbest beliefs you had as a child? When I was 4 or 5, I swore that bird seeds grew birds, thus the name. When my parents asked me to prove it to them, I planted a pile of bird seeds. The next day, there were loads of birds where I planted the seeds, showing I was right. Who knows what this is? A teachable moment for an overly curious child in a car alone.
Yeah, the return the slab one was stressful. The water one a little stressful. Like there was Jesus. We don't have these in cars anymore. We haven't for a while. This is a cigarette lighter. And they get really fucking hot.
Someone lighting a cigarette. Me. Why do you love pizza so much? My television as a kid.
Yeah, there was like, it was really gooey cheese. Really gooey cheese as a kid. Maybe not in Scooby-Doo, but all the other ones, like how gooey the cheese, you were like, that is the most delicious thing ever, apparently. Look at it.
I found this in the depths of your memories. One time, when I was like 11, my dad took me to an Italian restaurant, and the waiter asked what my name was, and I said, Sam, but you can call me Captain Ravioli. And my dad just looked at me and said, what the fuck was that? Don't do that. And I've been chasing that high ever since.
God. What the fuck was that? Don't do that. The server, I hope, actually called him Captain Ravioli. That's hilarious.
If you don't feel old yet, here's your childhood behind a glass in a museum. No.
Okay, they don't have the one that I have. I assume they have the original Famicom and, you know, have the NES, but...
Nobody. 5-year-old me in a mall. I can only step on white tiles, or I will die. An accurate representation of going from childhood to adulthood. If you don't know this problem, I feel sorry for your childhood. Sharpening a pencil at the bin was the childhood this problem.
Oh, they're different, like, heights, I guess? Or it's stuck. I don't know.
I feel sorry for your childhood. Sharpening a pencil at the bin.
It won't connect. Okay.
Was the childhood equivalent of taking a cigarette break. Bro, I had to be the dumbest preschooler out there. Threw that thing in a scroll.
Scroll. Diamond. Sir. Orego. Or I don't know. He's like circle. No, like, you know, it's not the worst. I mean, you just didn't have spelling. But if you're a preschooler, you don't know spelling anyway. Like, that's fine. That's fine. This is fine. That's right. It goes in the square hole. like that's, I don't know. I think this is, you just need to know how to, you just need to learn how to spell these words. Like, that's it. Good on you for, like, trying to, like, spell them based on how they sound to you, though.
I didn't even realize I spent my childhood playing with the virus. I was banned from taking baths when I was younger because I would use up all the bubble bath, and when confronted in the tub, I would retreat into the bubbles and tell them to schedule an audience if they wanted to meet the king of the bubble kingdom. This was a personal story I shared in confidence. All of you will be tried for death. I have no tolerance for treason in the bubble kingdom.
That's so funny. Oh my god. That's so funny.
Getting hit in the face by this ball when it was wet was mad. Felt like you got slapped by Wolverine.
Got slapped by Wolverine. It's like the what is it? Like they were hard foam or something like that. Am I wrong? Like the hard
In 6th grade, I had a really big crush on this boy who had a girlfriend. So one day, on AIM, I messaged him a link to the music video You Belong With Me by Taylor Swift. Joe, if you're reading this, that was weird. My bad.
Aim.
How old were you when you realized recess in elementary school was the teacher's mandatory breaks, not for the students? Today years old.
Yeah, today years old. I mean, what do you mean? My teacher was usually out on the playground with us watching us. What do you mean it was their mandatory breaks?
Things that will hit you right in the childhood. 1. Finding out your future. Y'all ever used to go to your parents' room at night to ask to go to a friend's house and just sat there on their bed for a while, pretending like you were interested in what they were watching, but really, you were just trying to build up the courage to ask.
Ask at night? No.
You did not have a childhood if you didn't put one of these bad boys under your legs in the pool and pretended you were surfing, and then it shoots out of the water like a torpedo and gives you a Mike Tyson uppercut from hell.
I did do that, yeah. Smack you in the chin really bad. Yeah.
I just told a story at work about my childhood that I thought was really funny, and now everyone is super quiet, and someone said, I'm so sorry.
Oh no, that is the worst. I'm so it's like, no, it's funny, right?
Kid does this to your whip. What are you doing? There comes a time in every child's life when they remember a whooping. This will be the one. Who else remembers? You just took me way back with this one here. Do you remember when this was your only problem? Who else remembers doing this as a kid? I am a sword master. Damn. After I got a whooping, I would be laying down on the floor playing with this thing with tears running down my face. We really all lived the same childhood in different houses. 90s kinda sucked. Imagine being stuck in a house with no internet. Yuck. They had to put a commercial on the television that said, it's 10 p.m. Do you know where your kids are? For our parents to remember we existed. We were not stuck in the house.
No, we were outside. We were having little outside adventures. This was before, I had to worry about like a tick that's gonna make me allergic to meat. Fucking Lone Star tick ass. Get away from me. But like I used to just play outside all the time.
Just checking in. You and I used to have some wild Friday nights back in the day. The quality of this was so bad, but it really made you feel like an artist. I can feel the dryness of those markers in my bones.
The dryness of literally everything on there. It was all shit.
Getting out of your car in the 90s was like, without revealing your age, what's something you remember that if you told a younger person, they would not understand? Birthday parties at McDonald's.
I don't think I ever had a birthday party at McDonald's, but my sister, I think, did once. I think they had like a little birthday like hut in the back. I don't know.
It's crazy how kids today will never know how fun it was to go outside every single day with your friends and just sit here.
As long as it wasn't fucking summer, because if it was fucking summer, you would just boil alive on that thing because it was hot.
One day, we all sat on this for the last time together, and none of us ever knew it.
Also, my parents always told me, like, hey, don't fuck around with those. So I never did that, really. Because they were like, avoid this. Because there's, like, electricity and shit running through. Like, don't fuck with this. So, like, I sat on a rock. There was a rock nearby.
Mum, come outside. I got groceries. Me. I did not get this joke as a kid. No. This is how we turned on our computers in the 2000s. Grandmas be acting like drug dealers every time she wants to give us some money.
Yeah. Dude. She'd slip it down the back of my shirt sometime.
When you turn the basement lights off and run upstairs before death consumes you.
The computer was... For me, it wasn't on the floor. It was inside of the desk in like a cubby kind of thing, but I don't remember using my toe to turn it on.
6-year-old me, trying to force 2 magnets, even though they aren't going to stick together. Admitted, we've all done this while eating mac and cheese. Did anyone else ever pour soda into the cap and drink it like it was a shot?
Yes. Absolutely.
Every monstrosity and horror I could think of. My bed, 6-year-old me. Postcard from child from camp, not dead yet. 8-year-old's haircuts now versus my haircut when I was 8. Me, suddenly gaining self-consciousness at my 4th birthday party. Childhood secret weapon. 5-year-old me putting a ball inside my clothes. Next thing I knew, I was pregnant. A nice rock I just found on the beach. 5-year-old me.
It was shells. I still collect shells at the beach. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, still go for shells.
These are stronger than most relationships these days.
You have to pull the bottom one. You have to pull it at the bottom. So you have to, like, get the bottom tab. So, like, this is the top tab. You have to get the one that's back here, right? Like, it's layered. You have to pull the one back in the back. That's the one that you gotta pull to rip it off.
7-year-old me in the supermarket whenever I see a surveillance camera opens a pack of chewing gum. The entire school. You knew it
We weren't allowed to have chewing gum in my school. I don't think I've been to a school that was allowed chewing gum because people kept, like, sticking it everywhere.
was going to be a good movie when you seen this. 90s kids know. It's true. As a thousands kid, I don't know what bleeding or hoses are. All I know is pronouns and
phone. What is this? What is this? I don't know what that... This water hit different, though. I'm guessing this is, like, them, like, skin knees or something. This water hit different. Like, it had a specific flavor. It had a specific smell. When I'm like, oh, man, it smells like water, I'm talking about this. This smell. You know what I'm talking about? Surely, yes. The flavor was bugs and dirt. We just didn't know it at the time. The flavor was whatever this fucking became when it was heated.
phone. 8-year-old me in the front of the mirror, trying to catch my reflection off guard. Bro, what the hell is this?
They use chlorine and not a mix of chlorine and ammonia. Copper. Alright.
I knew the car I drew in kindergarten was real. 10-year-old me, after using my fingers to put on my shoes. I remember those days when you missed school and you would check the time and think, they're eating right now. Doing this without any reason. When I was younger and was in the shower and this happened, I thought I was a full-blown waterbender or Aquaman. Honestly, I'm getting tired of everyone having the same childhood experiences as me. If you don't know who this is, you did not have a childhood. She was the Thanos of our childhood.
Trunchbull! The fucking cake from that movie, though, that chocolate cake, oh, that was a good looking cake.
5-year-old me seeing the moon during the day. 7-year-old me realizing mum's name isn't mum. Just found the cutest bottle ever. This brings back so many memories.
I'm pretty sure you can still kind of buy this shit today at Disney World. Like, I'm pretty sure you can just still buy this.
9-year-old me scared something happened to my mom because she isn't back from the market yet. The real ones know what's up with these. I was always scared to drink out of this straw because I was afraid someone didn't wash it good enough.
I don't like drinking the milk from my cereal. That's why I pour very little milk in my cereal. Because at the end it's like warm and no thank you. We had these. I never fucking used them. Like, ever. I never used these things.
Whenever I walk by a tree, I was today years old when I realized the Vans logo is the square root of the answer. Once you see it, you cannot unsee it. There is always that one innocent spoon in every home that you just dislike for no reason. Why do I understand this? If you did not drink milk out of a bag in grade school, you are too young for me. Am I the only one who drank out of a small carton like a normal child?
I didn't have bag milk, so I can't relate to this at all. We had definitely cartons. It was definitely cartons for me.
I got the squad on speed dial. Parts of a...
How long did you leave your cereal out for? No, I would just, like, eat it. Like, I would, like, just eat my cereal. I'd have, like, maybe a bowl or two, but then I was like, I feel like the milk is warm. I don't want it. Also, I don't like drinking straight milk anyway. Like, so it doesn't matter. I don't like drinking straight milk. But, like, yeah.
Playground versus what they felt like.
Okay, hot, Static electricity. Painful. Dizzy.
90s hoverboards. Gym class used to be lit whenever the teacher pulled out these.
So apparently, hold on. Apparently, you're supposed to put your finger, like, okay. You're supposed to put your hand here with your fingers curled on the underside. You weren't supposed to grip these like handles. Like, this is supposed to be a shield for your hand. Apparently, I've never heard that. Or I never experienced that. I didn't definitely just use this as a handle. But someone was saying like you're supposed to like put your hand through this part. I don't know. I feel like it would still bite your fingers though. I feel like I feel like some of the ones that I used had handles and some of them didn't. But also looking at this is the easiest like thing to manufacture. It is just a square with like rolly wheels on it.
If you recognize this image, you are qualified for a veteran's discount.
Didn't you have to connect the water or something so he could take a bath? Something like that?
Who else used to make these? All I can hear is, can you start this for me?
I made my sister start them for me. I used to make them, but like, I made my sister start it. Y'all poke or peel these.
Y'all poke or peel these. I thought using your front teeth was the only option.
I remember drinking these, but I don't remember like how. I feel like I peeled them, but like I don't actually remember that.
What kids have these days versus what we had. You already know what season it is. These things.
Oh yes, these were the best ones. The ones that cracked in half with like the harder plastic outside. Yes. Absolutely yes.
Smack in the summer. 8-year-old me pretending to smoke when it's cold outside. When mom lets you keep the change. 6-year-old me trying to invent a new color. Wait here, I will be back. This is traumatizing.
Yeah, I hated that. I hated that. What do you mean? What do you mean wait here? No. No, just let the person behind us go in front of us. What do you mean?
7-year-old me standing up in the bath after holding my breath underwater for 22 seconds. This floor tile exists. How my 5-year-old brain saw this. 8-year-old. Oops, my bad. How it looked versus how it felt. The 4 horsemen of childhood memories.
What is this peeling? What? I don't think I had plastic covered pencils. I don't remember plastic covered pencils.
You are 10 years old and just unlocked the ability to become a turtle. Going down this boy, how it looked versus how it felt. Admit it, you have all done these things in childhood. Using your ruler as a sword, trying to balance a switch between up and down, using your bed as a trampoline, closing the refrigerator only to see the light turning off.
Yes. Absolutely.
6-year-old me at 2 AM debating if I should hold my piss in till the morning, or run down the hall and risk an attack from a demon. 12-year-old me at the toys section, knowing full well I'm never getting any of it. Y'all remember these. You just opened a deep memory that I thought didn't exist.
I don't remember. What the fuck are these? What is this thing? What is this? I don't remember that. I have no idea what that is.
Describe a perfect day. 7-year-old me. What?
Yes! Parachute day! Mighty Beans? What the fuck is that?
Adults see versus what kids see. 6th grade me coming home and opening my first generation iPod Touch.
Okay, so definitely, I had Minecraft for a little while. I never had Paper Toss. I did have Cut the Rope, Jetpack Joyride, and Fruit Ninja. And Angry Birds. I don't know what Doodle Jump is.
If you didn't learn math on this, you are too young for me.
What the fuck is that? What is that bop it looking ass? What is that? What the fuck is that?
I must be getting old as hell, because what is this? 6-year-old me digging in the sandbox to reach the center of the earth. There's not one unique experience in this video. I still think you gotta be on some voodoo stuff to work with one of these. Play, pause, volume up, down, next back. What's hard to understand about these controls? Burn the witch.
Burn the witch. It's just, I mean, it was like the shuffle, right? So like it wasn't really like you couldn't select, quote unquote, the exact specific song you wanted to listen to because there's not a screen, so you can't know. So you just played what was ever on there.
The four horsemen of a 5-year-old's dream job. When mum says she will be back soon, but the cashier starts scanning the items. Me as a kid, when I had to throw away the cool stick I found. These smelled so bad and were probably washed once a year.
I can't relate to that. I don't think I experienced this very often.
Coming back to see your finished product. Best feeling. These, I can still smell them.
Yeah, I remember these. Scented markers.
You haven't known real fur until you've tried to use one of these.
This is the source of my anxiety.
I need all of my public school peeps to help me out. Did anyone else have to play a recorder in elementary school? Specifically, hot cross buns. This is real, I swear.
It is, actually. So there's a reason for that. There's a legitimate reason. Most people had to do this. It trained your lungs as a child. You had to do this. Like, it was a thing that schools had to do. There's like different things that they could do. Most of them just were like recorder, like we're gonna teach you the recorder because that's just easy, but it's to train your lungs or something like that. But they are legally required, like specifically in public schools, they are legally required to do that. So like almost everyone had that experience.
When you stop to look at the new Lego sets for 20 seconds, and then your mum disappears. When your ball gets stuck under the car. Retweet if these had a positive impact on your childhood. You could have traded this in for someone's whole lunch.
I had another one of these recently, and I feel like they, like already, like they don't have like a lot of the freaking little candies, like chip things. There was significantly less on it, and I felt like they didn't taste the same. I feel like the cosmic brownies don't taste the same.
Flashback to when you were a kid and your parents took you to a random event. Let's see what's upstairs. Upstairs. 8-year-olds when they reach the top of this. Stick exists. Kids.
I can't
Stairs.
relate
Upstairs. 8-year-olds when
to whatever the fuck this is. I have no idea what this is. I have not experienced this. I have no idea what that is.
when they reach the top of this. Stick exists. Kids. Me, smelling a scent carried by the breeze that takes me back to the happiest days of my childhood, only to be blown away in an instant. Jumping off a single step. 4-year-old saying, "Look what I can do." Their parents. Me being ill as a kid, 2 minutes after parents left home. 9-year-old me running to give my dad his phone because Dave work boss is calling. When you and your friend are at your neighbor's door because you kicked your ball over the fence. 5-year-old me coming to terms with my new life as a nomad after I cannot find my mum at the store.
I guess I live here now. I just guessed I live here now.
And what sounds would you hear in the garage? Where's my fucking socket? Don't touch a motherfucking thing. Screw this car. Imaginary monster. A cool stick that I found. 10-year-old me. Kids these days will never know the hardships of each week having to overcook a fresh hard-boiled egg yolk for the computer mouse.
You did have to clean those mouse balls. Like the balls in it, you were supposed to clean those. So, that's... You don't understand this? So, old mice, before the laser mice, this was their trackball. This is how they, like, tracked or whatever. And you would have to clean this because it would get gunky. And you'd have to, like wash it.
Seeing
I got yelled at by the school IT guy for cleaning the mouse ball. What the fuck? You need to. They're not made from an egg yolk, but it looks similar is the joke.
Buster, getting old, hit me right in the childhood feels. Kickballs that have been stuck in the middle school gym ceiling since 2011. This was all you needed for a birthday party, back in my day.
Yeah. I feel like we had pizza more than just hot dogs, but like, yeah. Kinda. Or like the bags of like the individual like Bluebell ice cream had the individual little ice cream cups. They had like bags of them. Or there's like the Walmart brand ones. Those two.
Did you knock on people's doors as a kid and run away before they had a chance to answer? If so, this could be the job for you.
No, I didn't. But now DoorDashers do that. Sometimes, actually, they don't even fucking knock. They just leave your shit and leave. It's really annoying.
Some of y'all didn't grow up with an older brother who would WWE chokeslam you onto your couch because he felt like it, and it shows. Why commit murder when you can have one of these? Come on, guys. I'd kill for one of those. I think you're missing the point.
You can... So you could just buy one of those now. Nothing's stopping you. You could put, like, you could put oil on there to really slip around. You know what I'm talking about?
Let me just...
Or, you know... Go buy that big thing of lube on Amazon. Do it with that.
Just karate chop your ankles real quick. One of the best games of my childhood. A time of adventure and wonder. I just heard two kids playing outside, and one goes, I do not fear the dark side. Then the other kid goes, you should. And then I just hear a whack noise, then crying. That is the sound of childhood happening.
Whack noise and crying. That's hilarious. Oh, good.
I might need to have a talk with my daughter, but I'm not even sure what I would say.
What serial killer bullshit are you on? What is this?
Where's the ocean? 6-year-old me in front of the TV. I've had this container since I was a kid, and it gets more depressing as I get older. Dinosaurs, markers, medicine. As a child, I had the impression that I would be off.
You could just take some alcohol to that to rub that off, really, if you didn't want to have to scratch it out.
Free drugs by strangers much more frequently than the 0 times it's happened. How schools expect us to stop bullying. You're bothering me. Please stop. Understandable. Have a great day. Yeah, breaking up is sad, but have you ever given away your childhood Lego collection? Online friendships are wild because you learn every detail of their childhood traumatic experiences and ensuing lifelong mental illness in the first week, and then 3 years later, you're like, wait, you have a dog?
You have a pet?
Kids today are missing out on the pre-streaming era, where your childhood was at least partially defined by some semi-obscure movie your family just happened to own on tape, and you watched several dozen times.
Yeah, and look, listen, there's another thing. When you go and watch those movies as an adult, they're not good. Like, they're not good. And you're like, why did I like this so much as a kid? This is a bad movie. This is just bad storytelling. Everything about this is not good. Why did I like it? Alright, so like, yeah, I feel that.
Kids these days will never know the struggle. Estimated time left, 39 years.
Yeah.
Like this, if you still have a Beanie Baby stuffed animal that you had since you were little.
Yes, I have Figaro. I have this little cat plush that my dad gave my mom right before he married her, and he said that he wasn't a cat guy. He doesn't like cats, so this is the only cat they'll ever have. I, as a child, stole that motherfucker. That was my cat doll. Like a little plush. I still have Figaro. He's in the other room. He's on a shelf. I still have him.
One taught me love, one taught me patience, one taught me pain. Teacher, nobody going to lunch until everyone's quiet. 4th grade me. Everyone shut the fuck up. Ah, yes.
I got a yawn. Yeah, sorry. Aphilax? Hello, thanks for the follow. Welcome.
The stages of life. Child, pain, sleep. When you have no life experiences or achievements. Alex, former child, bringing back...
Former child. That's like, what is that? Like, what does that mean? Jesus.
Like weird memory.
VHS rewinders worked faster than your VCR generally, and then also allowed you to watch something else while it was being rewound.
from elementary school. 8 years old nowadays have an iPhone 7 or X, but when I was 8, I had this. Whoever had a PSP when they were 8 were just as spoiled. I had a PSP. I can smell this picture. We all tried to push down every color at once.
Yes, correct. Which it can't work, right? Because they have like a small place to come out of, like all of these. Like it can't, come out, but we all tried.
My brain, do it. Why? Just do it. Okay. The boy's waiting outside to see.
I hated when I didn't do this.
My brain.
I did this once and then I was like, oh, actually now it doesn't erase right, and never did it again because it bothered me.
Do it. Why? Just do it. Okay. The boy's waiting outside to see if my mom says yes to them coming in. The ancestors of today's bath bombs. Bath beads.
Bath beads. These just had oil in them. That's it. They weren't that exciting. Bath bombs are way more exciting than these things were.
The throne of a chief, the throne of a king, the throne of a god. 7-year-old me in the car, wondering why the moon has been following us. 6-year-old me waiting to die after I accidentally swallowed a little bit of toothpaste. The worst parts of my childhood.
God, I don't even remember how to play Chutes and Ladders.
2nd grade me walking into the Scholastic Book Fair with $7 when the same actor is live on 2 different TV channels. 6-year-old me. Yeah, you're old, but are you this old?
I'm pretty sure I predate this fucking thing. Like, I'm older. I'm older than this.
When you find out your parents' names aren't actually mum and dad, how many other lies have I been told by the council? Who else had a stage in their cafeteria?
My elementary school had a stage in its cafeteria. My high school did not. I'm trying to remember my middle school cafeteria. I don't remember middle school cafeteria if it did or not. I can't picture like half of it. Can't picture where the stage was in my middle school school. My high school had like a theater. I'm trying to remember my middle school did. Deadass, I don't remember.
I'm this old. If you remember this game, you're a legend. But
Wait,
it's at a
how old?
stage
What?
in their cafeteria. I'm this old.
Oh, okay. I can feel these. Like, they're like weird foam-ish or something. I don't know.
If you remember this game, you're a legend. But are you this old? It's all fun and games.
You can still buy these. Maybe not this kind, but you definitely can still buy this kind.
Until you lose one piece. Some of you never got smacked in the face with one of these when you were younger, and it really shows. I went to PE one time with a stuffy nose, got hit one time, and it cleared all my sinuses. 10-year-old me after losing my toys. Canadian Eatery puts tiny chairs around the little table that comes inside pizza boxes. My childhood dream has come true.
That's
Rare
funny.
photo of a remote control from the 70s. What do you do with this? A. Pretend it's a lightsaber. B. Bonk it on someone's head. C. Try to fold it. D. Remove the top layer.
Also pretend like it's like a spyglass.
When your dad bought you candy and now he wants his dad tax. My 4-year-old just said, Dad, why do people make up things that their children have said for social media? Isn't it just inherently dishonest and indicative of an inability to construct a compelling narrative for themselves?
Yeah. I don't know. People are weird.
What we did as kids versus what we imagined when it was time to watch a movie in school.
Yeah! Movie day!
Hiking today and came across this ancient civilization. Anybody know what era it's from? To give these bad boys out, giving the dirtiest one to the person you did not like. 6-year-old me. After all, why not? When I was a kid, every time I went to the bathroom, I was paranoid.
No, I'm still like this. I'm just a paranoid person, but I still do this. Especially if it's like closed. I still do that. I just 100%.
Me when I was 10, pretending to be dead in the pool to see if anyone would care. 8-year-old me when my mum made me ring people to thank them for my birthday presents. I feel sorry for Netflix era kids. They will never know the high stakes adrenaline of running to the bathroom, fridge, bedroom in a single ad break with the beckoning call of a sibling screaming, "It's on!" to send you hurtling over the furniture to get back in time.
On like Saturday morning cartoons, yeah. Or like when a movie you wanted to see was on TV. Yeah.
In the 90s, you could say, "Excuse me," instead of "excuse me," and get a laugh. It was wild. What 5-year-olds today have, what I had when I was 5.
I had Hot Wheels and the Boingy thing. I didn't get Pokemon cards till significantly later. And even then I didn't collect them. I think someone gave me some, but like I didn't do anything with them because like I didn't care. My first like video game console was an NES. Like
I had the sudden and shocking realization this morning that some people have never heard the "Oh, where is my hairbrush" song and don't automatically sing it in their heads when they're looking for something.
I didn't watch VeggieTales. Didn't ever watch VeggieTales. So like there's like, you know, different songs and stuff from VeggieTales that people just know and will just randomly sing, and I'm just like, sure, I don't know what that is, so.
Why is there a cucumber in the shower? Because he took a shower and he now needs to find his hairbrush, obviously. In 1992, I was 12. My dad and I were in the airport. I saw Joe Pesci and I recognized him from Home Alone. I went up to him to ask for his autograph. Joe asked me who my favorite actor was. I said he was. He handed me a crisp $100 and said, "That's the right answer."
That's the right answer, kid.
Scars
That's
remind
hilarious.
us the past is real. No more snow days. School district replaces wintry days off with online classes. We got out of school at the right time, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that's a little rough. Like I get it because like it they have to make up those days a lot of times. But still rough.
We are all forgetting the real forbidden snag. I cannot believe that this post clocked me. I never would have remembered biting down into the seam of these things, often splitting them in two near perfect halves. The texture was bad, the taste was bad, and yet I chomped. When I was younger,
Okay, I don't understand why y'all be eating shit, like biting shit like this. Why are y'all biting this? I don't understand. I don't remember biting stuff like this. I mean, I had handy snacks and I bit the little red thing, like the stick that you use to spread the cheese, which they don't have anymore, and I'm never gonna let that go. I'm very upset about it. But like I would bite the stick of that, like chew on that. I didn't do this shit hit the floor a lot. Like you bounce this all over. These things were disgusting. Why are you biting them? Like, I don't understand. These things were disgusting. They hit the floors, the walls, all kinds of places. I don't understand why you were biting them.
when I was younger, I just wanted the Crayola 64 pack with the built-in sharpener.
Yeah, yep.
Practically pooping yourself with excitement when you walked into the PE hall and saw that the apparatus was out.
I don't know about the apparatus. I've never experienced this thing, whatever the fuck this is. I've never seen that. Never experienced this.
Today's kids will never know how we were the original GPS right from the passenger side, and you better had read fast and correct. Print me the MapQuest directions before we leave.
I do remember this. MapQuest directions. Yep. MapQuest directions. It was a stressful time. Before like Garmin's GPSs. That kind of shit. Like apps. Oh my god, it was a stressful time. Ugh. It just made me feel old.